Hello, HCISD. I'm Mark Cavazos, your superintendent of schools. Joining me today are the top 10 students from Harlingen High School. Their placement on the top 10 represents their hard work throughout these past 4 years and their dedication to reaching the goals they've set for themselves. We have brought them here today to showcase their accomplishments as they share their experiences in our schools and to provide some words of wisdom to our future graduates. To begin, I'd like to go around the room and ask the students to introduce themselves, name all HCISD campuses they've attended, and share their plans after high school graduation. We'll begin with you.
Hi, I'm Allison Fuente. I've attended Long Elementary, Zavala Elementary, Memorial Middle School, the Harlingen School of Health Professions, and of course, Harlingen High School. After graduation, I plan to attend the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and pursue a degree in nursing.
Congratulations.
I'm Laura McManus. The HCISD schools I've attended were Gutierrez Middle School, Kano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. And next year I'll be attending Texas A&M University, majoring in civil engineering.
An Aggie, super nice.
I'm Lorenzo Molina. I attended Rodriguez Elementary, Gutierrez Middle School, Kano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. And in the fall, I'll be attending UT Austin, majoring in biochemistry.
Hook'em horns. And look, they're sitting next to each other. They like each other. Mary Claire.
My name is Mary Claire Todd. I went to Rodriguez Elementary, Gutierrez Middle School, Kano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. I will be attending Texas Tech in the fall, majoring in marketing and getting a minor in public relations.
And I understand you got a full ride. Congratulations
Thank you
to
very
doing
much.
that.
My name is Kate Skeef. I attended Memorial Middle School, Kano Freshman Academy, and then Harlingen High School. And after graduation, I'm going to attend Texas A&M University to major in May School of Business Honors Program.
Super nice. And you are part of my mariachi group, right?
Yes.
You're doing incredible work there, so
Thank
thank you
you.
for doing that.
Hi, my name is Bridget Horta. I've attended Crockett Elementary, Vernon Middle School, Kano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. And I plan to attend St. Mary's University in San Antonio and major in forensic science.
Great choice, great choice.
Hello, my name is Bianca Lopez. I attended Long Elementary, Memorial Middle School, Kano, and Harlingen High School. And after graduation, I will be attending the University of North Texas to study jazz and computer science.
Super nice.
Hello, my name is Desiree Sanchez. I attended Wilson Elementary, Gutierrez Middle School, Harlingen High School, and after high school, I plan to attend the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley and major in biology.
Super nice.
Hello, I'm Mackenzie Vella, and I have attended Gutierrez Middle School, Kano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. In the fall, I plan to attend the University of Mary Hardin Baylor and major in biology.
Great, congratulations.
Hello, my name is Aaron Alanis, and I've attended Bonham Elementary, Vernon Middle School, and HHS. After high school, I plan to attend the Higher Education Center in McAllen, it's A&M, and pursue biomedical sciences, and then transfer up to go into vet school.
Congratulations. You can also be a voice on the radio. You have an awesome voice. I do want to say, in a point of clarity, you can't say you've attended Harlingen High School. We still have a week left, so get excited. So here's your first question. There's no particular order to answer it, so when you feel comfortable, do so. We realize that being on the top 10, you all are very accomplished in academics. Can you share with us and the audience what other activities you have been involved in throughout your high school years?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, I was in mariachi, and I play with an outside of school group, Mariachi Margaritas. Shout out. They're from Brownsville, Texas, and they're awesome. And that's what I spent most of my high school career doing.
Good, awesome. Congratulations.
I'm very interested in business, so I took initiative on that when I was in high school. So I joined as many business clubs as I could. My junior year, we had 3 at HHS. So I was in DECA, BPA, and FBLA. And so those have really defined my high school experience and also what I plan to do in the future. And as well as that, I've been active all around campus, and I just love the possibilities and the opportunities that HCISD has given me.
And you're going to take that to Red Raider land,
Yes.
right, Mary Claire? Anyone else?
Well, I was in tennis this year. I was one of the captains, so that was a big part of the past 4 years of my life. And I was also in the FFA and outside school 4-H program, so I got to develop a lot of leadership skills and agriculture and work skills through those programs.
That's pretty diverse. Tennis and then FFA. That's awesome.
Um, during high school, I've been a part of color guard since my sophomore year, and for the past 2 years, I've been captain. So that's taken up a lot of my time from summer rehearsals all the way to our winter season. So it's a lot. And I've also been a part of HOSA, which is Health Occupation Students of America, so another health organization. And there I've competed in like medical math because I love math for some reason, and it helps me like apply that to like my future career as a nurse. So yeah.
Super. Congratulations.
These past 4 years, I was a part of the Big Red Cardinal Band, and then my senior year, I got to serve as the drum major, which was a really fun time. And then, of course, we were able to go to state twice in San Antonio and perform at the Alamo Dome, which was really fun.
So you all went to state because you were the drum major, right? So say yes, say yes. And you did a great job. I was able to attend some of your activities, so you did a great job. Anyone else?
I've been a very active member in choir and band for all of my high school years. In choir, I'm involved in about 4 ensembles, so that keeps me pretty busy. I don't like having downtime, and within band, I've continued to add more and more to my repertoire as far as what I'm involved in. This past year, I added on marching. Last year, I did indoor drumline, and I just keep adding to that because music's what I want to go into, and I enjoy putting the work in because I enjoy the results of it.
So if we have a pause, you can sing us a song. No, maybe. So you can do it. So anyone else?
I attend Palm Valley Gymnastics and Dance. I've been dancing for about 13 years, and I feel that has really like shaped my work ethic because you have to be quick on your feet to learn like multiple different styles of dance. So I've been doing that for like my whole life, and I'm also an editor for the school's yearbook, and it's taught me how to like communicate with other students and help teach them how to like write editorially, I guess. So.
That's awesome. So that leads us into the next question. How have these extracurricular activities shaped who you are today? What have you learned from your various activities?
Okay, well, I'm also in band, and I've been in band since 6th
So
grade.
you've been with Molina all this?
Yes, I've been with Lorenzo.
Yeah.
And Aaron.
And Aaron, that's right.
This is middle school, yes. Okay. But I've learned throughout all my years in band, I've been multiple like leadership positions. I've been a section leader, I've been a woodwind captain, and I'm also the band president. So I think being in band has taught me a lot of responsibility, and it really helped me gain a lot of confidence because of these leadership positions that I went for and luckily got. So yes, I feel like it molded me into a better leader.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank
Awesome. How have these activities helped you?
Kind of bouncing off of Bridget, what you were talking about band. Just a similar situation with me with band, just being put in a position of leadership from junior year with being one of the section leaders for the trombones, and then this year being a brass captain, so you just have even more responsibilities. Surely these later years have been really building the leadership in me, and also kind of like tagging on to like what bands build my leadership. Also, at my church, I help with the kids, right? And I'm one of the leaders for the 4th and 5th grade boys, so that could be a little rough, right? 'Cause elementary kids,
I'm glad you said a little rough, sir.
no, they're amazing. But it's taught me patience. It's taught me how to speak into kids that are younger than me, and to just lead them and not like be pulling at my hair because they're stubborn at times.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what grade are you leading at the church? 4th and
5th grade
4th
boys.
and 5th grade. Good for you. Good for you. Who else? Yes.
So
Miranda.
being involved in many activities has allowed me to explore my leadership and put it onto groups that I never thought I could. And so I believe that everyone is born a leader. You just have to find your place to lead. And so I was the National Honor Society president this past year. And it really taught me that there's different kinds of people, there's different kinds of work ethics, and there's different kinds of styles of leadership. So just being a leader in many clubs has allowed me to just be able to talk to different kind of people and realize what some people's strong points are and some people's limiters are, and how I can help them on those.
And that diversity is what makes us stronger as leaders, right? I mean, you
Yes.
realize people have strengths and people have limitations, and you just have to work yourself through those groups. What else? Anyone else?
I'm gonna go ahead and add on to the band thing because I'm also part of color guard, and that's part of the band. So as a 2-year captain, I've really had to learn how to adjust my teaching methods because everyone learns different ways. They have their strengths, so I have to just be quick on my feet and think of a different way to explain things to the girls. And to do that, it just really helps boost the team up because this past year we got best color guard at one of our competitions, and that's the first time since 2014 the guard has gotten that award. So that was a really big thing for me. And also just how to manage my time since it takes up so much time. I just have to manage everything, from teaching the girls, spending extra time outside of class and practice to help with them, and of course managing all my schoolwork. So.
Yep, and it's finding a balance with all that and the experiences. Yeah.
So under the school district, I've gotten the opportunity to teach at the Fine Arts Academy, and it's kind of tacking on to what Erin was saying. Is I have some classes they're 4th and 5th graders, and it's been a great opportunity to work with the kids because kids bring such a positive mindset to a lot of things, and sometimes I have problems finding positive mindset in things. I'm a little bit more of a realist. And it also taught me as well to have, a little more patience, different ways of teaching things, different ways that people learn everything, because you have to adapt to the kids and what they need. And so it's been a great opportunity, and I feel like I've learned a lot from that to take on to the future.
So do they call you Mrs. So-and-so?
Sort of. Yeah.
Sort of. So you have to get used to that, right? I mean,
Yes.
the little kids, you say, well, I was your age not too long ago. So anyone else learn something from their extracurricular activities?
Going off what Allison said about time management, with tennis, we were out of town. We go on a lot of out-of-town tournaments. And so not only did I think we all had to learn time management because we're all super active on the campus. But I think I also learned how to communicate with my teachers and those above me to say, I'm going to be gone here, I know I'm missing this, when do you want me to make it up, when can I make it up? And that's also something that I'm definitely going to take into college or the workforce, being able to communicate with my peers or superiors.
And it's so critical because you're going to go into your next chapter in life, and to be able to carry a conversation and be confident in that, that's a critical skill. So I'm glad you picked that up. Your top 10 billboards went up, I guess, last week. And I know some of you looked at it and, whoa, that's a big picture. But anyway, your top 10 billboards just went up. Describe the moment you first saw the billboard. What was going through your mind?
When I first saw it, I kind of said, girl power. We're all majority girls, and we got our 2 guys here, but that's what I thought. I was really in awe by it, and every time I drive by it, I still have the same feeling ooh, that's me.
Yep, and that's a great feeling, right?
Yeah.
That it's come to that point.
When I first saw it, I felt a wave of proudness because growing up, I remember I used to live in Wesco, and I would see it, and I was like, what are those kids? Why are they so big on the board, And I always wanted to do that, but I didn't know what it meant. So coming over here, I learned, oh, it's top 10, So I thought when I saw it, it kind of just brought me back to when I was a little kid. And I felt wow, I did that, I actually earned that. So I was
Did
very
you go
proud.
by there and try and take a selfie with the, no? You didn't try and get the picture behind you?
Took a picture with me.
Yeah, I've done that.
I'm sure your parents
I haven't
pulled
done it yet.
over, all that kind of stuff. What else? What was going through your mind when you saw your picture up there?
I was just trying to soak it all in. I actually went across the street to Whataburger, got myself a meal, and then I went to the Walgreens parking lot and sat in the bed of my truck and just started eating my dinner and just looking at my face. It was feeling really proud of what I was able to do. All this work that I put in since freshman year has finally paid off, and now we're finally seeing the benefits of all our hard work.
Now, did people drive up and say, "What's wrong with that guy?" Whatever in the back of the truck. So did you dream that you would be on the billboard, or did you set that as a goal?
I've been dreaming about it since elementary.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's incredible. Anyone else? How did you feel, Mary Claire?
When I was little, I would go to I went to San Perlita for 2 years because my dad was the principal over there, and so I was a little kindergartner, and it was fun and everything. And then I started going to HCISD in first grade, and I realized that there's that billboard, you know. My second grade teacher, actually, her name was Miss Rodriguez, and she told me and a few other kids, you know, I want to see y'all up there. This was in second grade.
Wow.
So I guess ever since then, it was just kind of like in the back of my mind. But as soon as I got to sixth grade and I got top 12, I was like, okay, this actually is a reality. Like, I could actually do it. And, you know, just having my parents' support on, you can do it, but me being the one who is the ultimate decider. You know,
That's
are you
exactly
going
right.
to stay up and study? Are you going to procrastinate for this because you put it off? Yes, I am, because I want to be up on that billboard. So as soon as we started getting our ranks, it was like, okay, I'm almost there, I can't lose hope. So ever since then till the last semester when grades were due, it was like, get on that and be on that billboard, because you wanted it since
So
then.
you finished strong.
So
though.
when I
That's
saw
the
it-
last lap.
When I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm up there, like, you, but like, it was so amazing just to finally see my face up there and all my other friends who had worked just as hard to get up there.
So were you like Skeef that said, grow power?
Yeah, I was like,
Skeef.
whoa.
So, who else? What was your feeling?
Well, the first thing that I thought was nothing. Like, I was speechless when I saw it. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, that's me. And like, a couple of my, like, 3 of my close friends are on the billboard with me. And I actually went at the same time as Lorenzo, so I saw him eating fries. Yes. I looked
Were
at
you in another car parked
No,
out there?
I was kind of like walking around and looking, and then I was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah. But like Mary Claire said, like, we've all been really working so hard to get this and staying up late and missing out on some like social activities with our friends because we wanted this. And to see it, I was speechless because it's been a long time and it's hard to get there, but we did it, and I was just speechless.
Did you think about it as an elementary student? Was that a dream of yours, or?
Mine kind of started in like 6th grade, so that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna work hard to be top 10 in high school. So
Super nice. Who
My-
else?
My mom had always, going off what she said about wanting this earlier, my mom has always told my 2 brothers, they have graduated, they were in top 10 as well. And she always told us, I don't care if you're 1 or if you're 10, but I want you on that billboard.
Oh, that's a big expectation.
Yeah.
So you said, I'll be there.
I was like, okay, I guess, Mom.
So it was a goal for her as well,
Yes.
for a family goal. That's great. Who else?
And then for me, I also saw Lorenzo, but this time it was at Whataburger because I was dropping my brother off at work. I saw him ordering his fries, and then I was getting my meal too. So after I dropped my brother off, I drove over to Walgreens, and I was like, wow, that's nice. I like stayed there for a little bit, took a selfie.
Yeah, the seed.
And, yeah, first day I took a selfie, and yeah, then my brother, he always tells me, he's like, dude, every time I'm at work, I see you up there, and he's like, I tell my manager, like, that's my sister, and he's like, no, it's not, and he's like, yes, it is.
Like, no.
And then like he finally like put on his glasses and like, oh, we both have the same last name, okay. So yeah.
So are you? How many of you? You're the first one of your family to be on the billboard. Raise your hand. Wow, that's incredible. That's awesome. Anyone else? What were your feelings when you saw your picture, other than, oh, it's a big picture? You have.
I guess I was like pretty in shock, like, oh, we did it, like that's all our hard work. And like, yeah, I'm the first one, so like, I like my family, they're like, wow, Desiree, like you're on a billboard, and I was like, I know, like it's crazy, and it's gonna be there for a long time. But yeah, I guess like it's just like the satisfaction of finally doing it and getting there. So I guess I'm pretty proud of like all of us, like it's a lot of hard work, you know, like staying up late and especially like when you're involved in so much, like you have to miss out on a lot, but it was worth it, you know.
Well, I will tell you this: when I saw it go up, you all looked amazing, and I know that your dreams were realized that moment when it was up. And so it's only the first dream that you're going to realize. I think you all are going to do incredible. If you could, would you do anything different during your high school years?
Well, I would definitely stress out less because I I would put a lot of like pressure on myself to get really high grades, and sometimes like that caused me just to like have like complete like breakdowns. Like it was bad, but in the long run it paid off. But in the moment, I would just like help myself develop better like stress relieving methods, and that's something that's really good to start young instead of like your junior year of high school when you're literally in the midst of everything.
Stress management is important. Great point.
Mental health.
Who would do something different?
For me, you mentioned this earlier about balance. I feel like I didn't really balance my academics with my social life. I think I should have like taken some time for myself. Like during the week, I was always studying, and yes, it's a good thing, and that's how I got here. But at the same time, I missed out on like talking with other classmates that I could have been friends with earlier, and I won't ever like have those relationships because I'm not going to be in high school anymore. But I guess just balancing it more instead of having it so much on academics and not enough on relating with other people and getting to know other people.
But think about how that's going to influence your college years, right? So you get a chance to start over. It's a do-over and start all over and say, okay, I'm going to find a balance. And so I'm sure you have a lot of friends when they saw your picture on the billboard saying, wow, I didn't know you were that smart. Right? I mean, did you have anybody say, you are up there? No?
Yeah, I always kind of thought that about Mackenzie because she was so humble about how smart she was, and like I didn't even know.
I didn't even know.
Until like when we took our pictures, I was like, Mackenzie?
See, you never know, right, Mackenzie?
So humble.
So what would you do different?
I think a big one, or one that could apply to all of us, is I would not procrastinate as much as I did. Yeah, that goes with the time management. It's gotten better. Yeah, but overall,
For college.
I think if I would have learned sooner, like don't procrastinate. It is just gonna stress you out. Like just do things sooner. That would have really helped. So.
Was there at least one time you woke up at night and said, did I do this, or were you nervous?
Oh yes, there were many
Several
nights.
times. Oh, many times. Great. So, anyone else? Would you do anything different?
Like this is like a really common question, right? Like if you could change something, would you? I honestly wouldn't though. Like thinking back to maybe just in high school, right? Taking a page from my little sister Lily's book, because she wrote a speech for her top 12 in Vernon about the same topic, and it really got me thinking. Like, yeah, the things that you've learned from your experiences, like if you went back and changed them, would they have the same effect? Would
Right.
you, would it carry as much weight as it does now, knowing that you look back and wow, look where I was, look what happened to me, look at these bad things that I did, but look at me now. I've realized that I've messed up, changed, and now you're more likely not going to do it again because you've realized that it was bad and look how it went. And now, sitting here, a graduating senior, like I wouldn't change anything. So it really changed me and it really made me who I was.
Well, then, a lot of people say that where would I be or who would I be like if things were different, right? And so if you're happy with who you are today, then why would I change that trajectory? So great point, great point.
I will say that I mentioned earlier that I sometimes struggle to find the positivity in things. I'm sometimes a little too
And
real.
you seem so positive. So.
Well, it came with time, and sometimes I had a tendency to be really negative, and for the first 2 years of high school, I really let that get to me, to the point where it was like that's all I could really put my energy towards, was trying to make myself feel better or help myself. And I should mention that I wasn't top 10 until January of this year.
Wow.
I barely got in, and I was surprised that I got in. I had pushed for it once I got into junior year because I reached a point where I was like, okay, I'm okay enough now where I can push myself and afford to be able to stress over work versus my own personal emotions or how I feel. And I pushed myself for all of junior year, and I pushed myself for what was left of senior year to get where I am now. So
That's an important lesson to everyone, right? And don't take things for granted that you've secured something until you have to keep working hard for it throughout your journey. So great point. So this way might be a little difficult, so I'll give you a chance to think about it. Take a moment to think about a specific teacher that inspired you or has truly helped make a difference in your life. Who would it be and why?
One teacher that I think a lot of us had that really kind of pushed us was Miss Longoria. I think a decent amount of us had her our sophomore year. She was the first one that kind of hit us in the face in reality. Was this is high school, you're gonna have to work harder and actually like push it if you want to be successful. And not only did she like set these expectations for us, but she also helped us try to get there. So I think she helped me a lot, and she helped me push myself even more. So.
And what does she teach?
She teaches world history.
Super, super.
For me, the teacher that immediately comes to mind is Mrs. Ortega, who teaches chemistry. I had the privilege to be in her class twice for pre-AP chemistry and AP chemistry last year.
And that was a privilege.
Yeah, it was a privilege because like she challenged me, in which a lot of teachers didn't end up doing for me in high school. Like she challenged me to be better than what I actually was, so I can grow and then have that trajectory of keep growing, keep improving, and like never be satisfied. Don't be content with where you are.
So she was tough, but she was great.
Yes.
Super, super. Anyone else? A teacher that made a difference?
I'd say for me, it's actually the choir accompanist, Mr. Reyes. He's made a really big impact in my life because he went into music, and that's what I want to do. And as a pianist as well, he's a big inspiration because, I mean, if you've ever been to any of the RGV Jazz Orchestra concerts, he's really good. So just watching him, it's like, wow, I want to get there. And he's really given me the push, not only with just his encouragement, but like encouraging me for my future. He accompanied me for my college auditions all the way in Denton, and I couldn't have asked for someone better to accompany me, and I wouldn't have trusted anyone better to accompany me. And so he's been really supportive and helpful, and I don't think I could have made the push for Denton or for UNT without him.
And he makes it look so easy.
I know.
Right? He's awesome. He's awesome. Up here, anyone else?
I think I'll say that all these teachers they've been talking about, I've had most of them, and they're great. Like they were definitely some of my favorite teachers too. But one that really made an impact on my life was Miss Rainey. She's our orchestra director, and she's the one who got me into mariachi and really got me back into orchestra and made me find my passion for it again. So I love her.
Super.
For
Great.
me, mine was a really, really important teacher in my life was my choir director, actually in middle school. And I wasn't this really good singer or this really good choir geek, I guess you could say, but my choir teacher, Mrs. Briones, I had her for 3 years, and every year she would always help me strive to get better and also know that not only was I maybe not the best in the choir, but I also was, I was a great leader, and I would try as hard as I could to do exactly what she wanted. So she really helped me throughout, that difficult patch in middle school of, who am I and what am I trying to become? And so along with every other teacher they mentioned, Mrs. Longoria has also been a really good part of my life. I had her sophomore year, but I still talked to her. She went to Florida with me for internationals for DECA. Wow. And so we talked the entire way about what her methods were sophomore year. Why was she giving us so much work? And it was basically to prepare us for college and what's to come, because we have teachers babying us even up to senior year. And it's not fair to baby students who are going off to have professors who are not going to baby them. They're not even going to know their names. So she really helped me work so hard to get where I am today and where I'm going to be over the next course.
So the common theme is they bring the best out in you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I was going to say that there's been a lot of teachers, really. All my teachers have been great. But a big one for me was actually one of my old directors, Mr. Rios. He was a very a tough one. He was fun. But I think growing up with band, playing, I was challenged, but I was really challenged with Mr. Rios, because I remember sophomore year going into the band, you're a sophomore, you're new to the campus, but he gave me a solo, and it was on an instrument that I wasn't too familiar with yet. It was a piccolo, and if anyone knows piccolo, it's not easy. So it was a really hard challenge, because I think the first day that he made me play it, he didn't baby me at all. He just okay, we're gonna play. Go ahead. And I freaked out. It was really scary. But I think overall, like, he pushed me. Like, you know, he didn't baby me or anything. So it made me really like work hard. So I think he brought out that drive for me to work really hard for whatever I wanted.
Did he pay you to tell me all that? That he had, I don't know. That's how Mr.
He's
Rios
great.
says. How many of you had Mr.
Whoa.
Rios? You all had it. Yeah. So now he's helping the whole district. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
My like favorite teacher, who's really helped me a lot. She's one of the band directors and the color guard instructor, Mrs. Davis. She just got married, so it's still weird saying Mrs. Davis. But she's really like just been there for me. Like, even though she's my teacher, she's kind of been like my friend and like an older sister, kind of, because she's only 24. She's really young, and
Now you told the whole world how old she
it's
is.
okay.
It's okay.
She's really young, so we're really close in age, and she can relate to like a lot of like the experiences I'm going through. And she's always just there for me, like whether it's like me like crying over schoolwork, just being really stressed out, or having like too many things to manage. Like, she talks to me, and she like really helps me like just like bring everything to reality and just like helps me figure out my life.
Thank you for sharing that. So here's another tough question, because it narrows it down to one. So what's your favorite memory in high school? Looking back, what's one memory that you have other than sitting in the bed of your truck watching and so forth?
So sophomore year under Mr. Rios, it was his last year teaching at HHS officially. The jazz band got to go to TMEA, and I was one of the sophomores that year that was part of the honors jazz band, and I got to attend. And just thinking back on it, even back then, I had the thought, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I won't say that still holds the same. I have beat that out with other memories and stuff like that, but it is one of the best memories I have of high school. It's this experience, TMEA, and if you're into music, I guess you know what I'm talking about because you're surrounded by it. There's no other place like it, no other convention unless you go to like the Midwest Clinic or something. And it was a great experience. And not only that, but the chance to perform. That's the biggest audience I think I've ever performed in front of. Like, the room was full. And it was full because of our guest artist. 'Cause he was a Grammy Award winner, but still.
I was there. I remember
Yes,
that. I remember it.
yeah. But it was a great experience, and it was crazy, like looking out on all those people and going, wow, I just performed for all of them. And I think it was just a really great experience altogether, and I couldn't have asked for anything
The
different.
happiest moment of your life at the time? That's awesome. That's awesome. Anyone else? One memory you're going to take and you're going to say, oh.
One memory that sticks out happened this year, and it was actually at area competition, so I think all of my other band kids can relate. When we found out we were making it to state, that was such a big moment. Like, we were all terrified. We're like, are we going to make it? And the directors didn't tell us at the time, but during prelims, we had gotten 10th place, but they kept that a secret, didn't want to scare us. And they just told us, push it, give it all you got, put it all on the field. And from every single instrument, like the brass instrument, woodwinds, even the color guard, like, we all just poured everything we had into that finals performance, and we jumped from 10th to 5th. When they told us that, we're all like, what the heck? But that was a really big moment, like just putting everything you got, and it can pay off.
And I can tell you, I shared that moment. I was not able to attend, but I was getting texts, updates, and so forth. And I said, they must have left it all on the field. They must have said, this is it, this is our chance. We're no regrets, no regrets. And you all jumped up to 5th place. So I was really proud from a distance that you all did that. So congratulations, that is a great moment in time.
It also happens to be in band, but it was sophomore year. The Alamo Dome State. It was actually the tunnel as we're waiting to go and march on the Alamo Dome. Like, it was crazy. Me as a little sophomore, my first year marching, I was just looking. I was in this tunnel, and I was like, oh my goodness,
Why am I here?
Yeah, this is real. Like, and I'm just looking around at all these other people. Like, some of the other vets had been to state already once already, but I was here just like shocked, just like, wow, this is state. Like, we're here. I'm marching in a state band. Like this is crazy. And so it was just amazing. Just like shock and amazement just went in as we walked, and then as we walked onto the field and performed our shows, it was awesome.
And the acoustics are very different, right?
Very.
I mean, from being outside to inside, and I never thought about walking the tunnel, and then just as a sophomore, you're saying like, what are we doing here? So, awesome.
Okay, for me, one of the happiest for sure has got to be when
The
my
top 10 interview. Thank you.
close.
Close.
No, one of my my current band director, Miss Coronado, she had to take a leave of absence for medical reasons, and I think it's safe to say she had a long talk with us about it, and she did recover from having breast cancer. So when she left, she left, and it was like around the time of state, and it was really hard to go on without her. And I just remember when she finally came back, it was so amazing just to see her and to know she was okay. And she even showed me a picture of her ringing the cancer-free bell, and that made me really emotional. I think that's definitely gonna stick with me, just knowing that she pushed through, and she told me a big motivation was to see us again, and that meant a lot to me. And I think that's definitely gonna be one of my happiest moments, just seeing her again, being able to hug her and know that she survived and she pushed through.
And realizing that we're all human, right? And even though they're teachers, but we're all part of humans. We're all part of the family.
For me, a lot of us say competitions, finding out we won something, being there right before you go. But I've had many of those opportunities, but one of my favorite memories was junior year. I was the Lady Red mascot. And so
You were that person? I didn't know. Okay.
So my junior year, I was the mascot, and I never knew how much a mascot could do,
And how hot the uniform is,
Yes.
right?
Going to different district events and school events and seeing the young kids just adore you. It was just so eye-opening that, I was that person who could give them a beam of happiness in a day. So that definitely was one of my favorite memories. Was I love to be, super outgoing, but having my face covered and being a bird, it was so much fun. So I will cherish that for the rest of my life.
And I saw you at several events. You did have a lot of fun being the bird that year, so congratulations. What advice would you give to incoming freshmen? So this is your chance to look back and say, I wish somebody had told me this.
I would tell them to start now. It starts now, so work hard. My sister is a freshman right now, so I gave her that advice. And I also told her to have fun, because you're only in high school once, and like Mackenzie said earlier, if you focus too much in academics, you kind of get to miss out on all the opportunities that high school gives you and only high school can give you. So I would definitely say balance and focus on school, but don't forget to focus on yourself and your friends and to have fun.
Great advice, great advice. Who else? To incoming freshmen. This is your chance.
I know.
You surprised Skeef over there that you were top 10. So.
I would say, excuse me, if you get a B in a class, don't beat yourself up over it. Just keep moving and let that be your motivating factor to get an A the next time and to just study harder. But don't be like, I'm going to fail. I can't do anything right. No, just be like, you know what? I got a B. I'm going to keep moving and I'm going to get an A. And just push yourself and don't think lower of yourself just because of a grade.
Great advice.
It's so true.
Great advice. Anyone else for incoming freshmen?
Continuing from that, a lot of people, like she said, can beat themselves up over little things. You can end up really self-destructive if you're not careful. And what I think a lot of people don't realize is that it's okay to take personal time. It's okay to take a day and go, hey, I need this for myself. I need to relax, to calm down. It's okay to say, hey, I need time for my mental health or for how I'm feeling at the moment. That is perfectly okay, because in the end, that's what's more important, is you and your health and how you feel. So I think a lot of people need to hear that sometimes.
Great.
I would tell freshmen, I had to speak at the Top 12 banquet for GMS, and I had to make a speech about how, middle school was different than high school, what you need to prepare for. And one of my strongest points, which I think has helped me so much and will help me beyond this, because that's where it basically comes into play, is dual enrollment classes. You know, taking college credit classes in high school. We at HHS, I have 36 hours of college credit from dual enrollment classes, and I don't even go to early college high school.
Wow.
So although you're not going to be at that early college high school, take advantage of every dual credit course that you can get, because I'm still taking AP tests. I'm still getting some AP credit, but I also got that the eye-opening experience of using college tools such as Canvas from TSC, and having professors having those kind of assignments. And just to take, I would say just take advantage of everything that the school district offers, whether it be those kind of classes or be any kind of activity that you're interested in. Go to do whatever you want, and also make sure you're preparing yourself for the future. Have fun in high school, but make sure everything you do is a stepping stone for what you want to do later on.
Great advice, great advice.
I think I would say, like, it's okay not knowing what you want to do yet. Because as soon as you start your freshman year, they're like, oh, what college do you want to apply to? Like, what do you want to be? Like, when you graduate, like, what do you want to major in? And it honestly changes so much. Like, I think my college goals, like, have changed from, like, Stanford until, like, me realizing, like, oh, like, that's really, really hard. And just realizing your situation and your careers, like, you develop new interests almost every day. And of course, your career goals will change with those different interests. And because I didn't figure out what I wanted to do until I think the end of my junior year, and my college has changed dramatically throughout this past year. So it's just good to have some ideas of what you want to do, but you don't have to know for sure what you want to do.
Great advice. Just get involved, stay involved, and learn more about yourself. It'll all come together. Anyone else want to tell their sibling what to do? No, not tell their sibling. Okay, so here's your next question. I know this is going to be a little hard, but kind of think about it because you're so young. So where do you see yourself in 10 years? 10 years from now. So that goes by pretty quick.
I see myself living in Hawaii with a dog and either being a vet or some sort of physical therapist. And
That's going to be a lucky dog.
Oh,
To
yeah.
go to Hawaii
Yeah.
with you.
Well, either I'll bring the dog with me or I'll buy it in Hawaii, but and hopefully learn how to surf. But yeah, I've always wanted to live in Hawaii. So
And what have you been to Hawaii?
no.
Okay,
go
so
for it.
so remember
One-way
what you said. It changes, you know. But that's a great goal. 10 years from now, right? All right. Who else?
In 10 years, I'll be done with school, either if I get my bachelor's or if I go on to graduate school to get my master's. And then hopefully I'll be working in some sort of civil engineering firm or any other engineering firm that needs a civil engineer on hand. And then hopefully I'm about to get married or something like that. That'd be nice, you know.
Wow.
See, hopefully that's in the future. But
So look at that camera over there. So, 10 years? Yeah.
and if not that, then at least a dog.
Okay, at least a dog. Okay. Who else? 10 years.
I hope to be, in 4 years, I really want to get my master's degree in 4 years because I got a full ride scholarship and it gives me 8 semesters and I already have college credit. So I'm really hoping that I can work hard to do that. So I'll be out of school hopefully in 4 or 5 years. And so I really hope in 10 years to be with a steady career working in a school district with marketing or public relations. Or I want to be an entrepreneur and own franchises. So one of the two, and also maybe have a family life. You know.
Super nice, super nice. 10 years.
For me, in 10 years, so I'll be 28 at that point, and I hope to already have my doctorate's degree because after nursing, I plan to go to graduate school to get my doctorates of nursing in anesthesiology, and because nowadays, masters don't cut it, and all those master's programs have been weaned out, so now you have to go from bachelor's to doctorates. And there's a great program that's 3 years, so that's what I plan to be graduating from. I plan on already being married at that point. So,
Wow.
and then I plan on returning to the Valley to work at Valley Baptist because in the Valley, like, the medical careers are always in such great demand, and I mean, the cost of living is great. You can't beat it anywhere else. So yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. See, and you want a dog over there.
Well, in 10 years, let's see, I'll be coming out of college for hopefully with a DVM, a doctorate of veterinary medicine, and plan is maybe coming back down here and being a vet. But I mean, who knows? Honestly, who knows what he has in store? So just that's the rough estimate plan, right? But I mean, you can only.
Notice he didn't say married or anything. It's just a girl saying that, though. Molina, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I'm not really sure where I'll be because honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I want to do with my degree yet. Right now, I'm thinking medical research. I'll be in the Freshman Research Initiative at UT Austin, but I know that I've always had a strong faith in God and in Christ, and I know that in 10 years, His plan could be completely different than what I have right now. So just taking His plan and incorporating it, or making His plan my plan for the next 10 years is what I want to do.
And let it unfold itself. Super nice, super nice. 10 years.
Well,
Hawaii also? We're going to live together.
I really hope, I plan on attending medical school to become a pediatrician because I love kids, but so I probably will be in school still, or, getting a PhD for that, and so I hopefully I'll be finishing at that time, because
awesome.
so I can go to Hawaii with Mackenzie.
You'll wait, right, Mackenzie?
Yeah, she'll wait for me.
Congratulations, that's awesome. Anyone else, 10 years from now? No one else? Nobody can think even just tomorrow when you get a Whataburger, right? All right, so here's your final question, and this one will require all of you to answer it. So, and I think you're going to have a camera note over there where you're going to be. So now I'll give you each of you an opportunity to give a shout out and thank someone for his or her contribution to your success. So we'll start over here.
Okay, so the person I would like to thank is someone I don't really think enough, and my mom and my family have been amazing in my academic career. I would like to thank my boyfriend, Rogelio Trevino, because he's really been there for me since my sophomore year, and he helps me manage my time. He's there for me whenever I'm stressed out and I'm crying in my bedroom because I don't know what to do with my life, and he helps me in my family life. He's always with my brothers. He runs errands for my mom. I don't think anyone can beat him out, and I really would like to thank him.
Awesome.
I would like to thank my parents, of course, and all the rest of my family because we're all very competitive. So I want to thank my siblings for pushing me to set a high standard for myself, especially my brothers. And I would also like to thank all my friends who kind of reminded me to pull myself out of the academic scene and have fun. So.
I would like to thank my parents. I love you. I'm always going to love you. And I would like to thank my brother, my sister, Daniel and Sophia, for always showing me that unconditional love as siblings, being the youngest of 3. And then also my band directors for always pushing me and then allowing me to be a drum major and then have probably the best memories I'll ever have in these 4 years I've been a part of the band. And also all my teachers who helped me throughout high school.
I would like to thank my family for being so supportive, and also my grandma, Mimi, for always bringing me lunch and being my go-to girl for everything, and the HHS administration for always helping me throughout when I needed it. Thank you.
I would like to thank some of my favorite teachers, Mr. Arnold, Mrs. Everett, Mrs. Ortega. They're great. Also my parents, because they always supported me, and last but not least, my mariachi group, because they're like my second family.
Okay, I think a common thing here is none of us can seem to name one person. So I would like to thank my family, of course. My family, they're my best friends. I love you all. They mean the absolute world to me. And of course, I'd also like to thank my directors because they really did mold me into the person I am today. And of course, my teachers, just like Mr. Arnold and Mrs. Everett. They've all made a really big impact on me. So I thank them all for that.
I agree with Bridget. I was a little concerned I'd only get to name one person. Whew, can't narrow it down. I would like to thank my parents. I think that's kind of a given here. I wouldn't be here if not for them. They've been super supportive, and I couldn't ask for anything better. And for my directors that I've had throughout all of high school, whether it be choir or band or anything else, and the people closest to me that have helped me the most, which would be Mary Kate Holder, Jessica Montañez, Diego Johnson. But yeah, it's thank you to all of you guys. I wouldn't be here if not for you. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to thank my parents for being my biggest motivators and also my biggest critics in anything I do. They motivate me the most. I'd like to thank my brother and my sister. They are a little tough on me, but they molded me into the person I am today. I'd like to thank my teachers and my friends for pushing me and inspiring me to be my best. And yeah, they all had a really big impact on my success, so thank you all.
Sorry. I'm a firm believer in it takes a village to raise someone, and I have so many people I would like to thank. And first, I would like to thank my parents, because without them, I wouldn't be here. I would like to thank my teachers, my second grade teacher, Miss Niesman, my sophomore teacher, Mr. Fonseca, my junior year teacher, Miss Mendoza. And lastly, I would like to thank my youth pastor, Andrew Robertson, and his wife for always keeping me grounded and sane, pretty much.
First of all, of course, my family. They've been amazing. They've been always supportive. They've been my best friends. They've been critics. They've been so much more. They've held me down. They've lifted me up. They've slapped me in the face. They're amazing. My family has been my rock. And they wouldn't be able to do that if they hadn't been a believer in God. Where they get that energy to love on me as hard as it is from Him. And I thank Him for giving me my identity, giving the identity that I have, that I'm a child of His. And being able to rest in that, having complete rest, and be able to know that even if I fail in every way possible, that He will still love me.
So I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for being amazing, being dedicated, advancing your name and protecting your name. I want to thank all the teachers and the staff and administration, like you all said, your families for supporting you. I too believe that it takes an entire community to help students be successful. I'm super proud to serve as the superintendent of schools in Harlingen. Our future is bright. This world is going to be a better place because of each and every one of you. I'm filled with pride knowing that you all had your journey here in Harlingen Public Schools. I wish you nothing but the very best. I look forward to reading about your future successes and accomplishments, and go forth and make a difference and make the world a better place for everyone. You're inheriting a world with some complex issues, but you have gotten one of the best educations you can get and a great start. And so go and do your very best and make us all proud, but more importantly, make yourself proud. So thank you for making HCISD part of your life. And so this concludes our conversation, but we will see you at graduation. No senioritis. Just saying. So thank you guys.
Too late for that.